Hello adventurers, it's Crystal here with Battle Swan Adventures. Today we're going to do another unboxing. We decided that we were going to go ahead and invest in a drone so that we could do some drone recordings with this great weather that's coming up. So today we're going to check out the drone that we purchased. Alright, so for ease of the video, I did go ahead and cut the tape and cut off my address information and such. But outside of that, the package is unopened, so we are going to go through this together. I did purchase the DJI AS2 or DJI Air 2S. So this, I was doing a lot of reading, a lot of YouTube video watching, trying to figure out what was going to be good for myself. I wanted something that had tracking capability. I wanted something that was not $3,000. And I wanted something, that would be able to have some great pictures, great video, and all of that good jazz. So these are all of the things that come in the box saying. So I did get the FlyMore package so that it comes with the extra 2 batteries, the charging hub, and the bag. So in this, the aircraft itself, the controller, 3 batteries, charging hub, the power adapter for the charging hub, travel bag, and then the cables and whatnot. So it seems to come with everything, including some ND filters. So these ND filters, I still have a lot to learn about those. But in a couple of the videos that I did watch, it seems like it brings a level of professionalism to the videos. So let's get digging into this box. All right, so in the FlyMore bundle, it looks like they've got everything coming in and packaged already inside the bag, which makes sense. So let's take a look at what we've got in here. So first and foremost, I just want to say that the feel of this bag, it feels very sturdy. So the base drone itself is priced at $999.99, so essentially $1,000. The FlyMore upgrade, and that just comes with 1 battery, the machine itself, and the controller. So the upgrade that has the charging hub, 2 extra batteries, and in looking at the cost for that, the batteries are about $120 a piece. So just to buy the 2 extra batteries is pretty much paying the difference between just the machine, the base package, and the FlyMore package. So here we've got the remote. We'll get into this box. Looks like we've got the charging hub and then the machine itself. So it packs down pretty well. Quite impressed with portability of this. It doesn't weigh a ton either. Probably wouldn't take it backpacking or anything like that, but I very well may find myself taking this with me on a kayaking trip this summer. So we'll see how that plays out once I mess around with it and see how packable it is. But yeah, let's get into opening these things. All right, so we got everything pulled out of the box. So inside the wider box that we had in there, we had the accessory box, which we'll get to in a moment. But then we had the machine itself, the remote control, the battery charging hub, 2 additional batteries. It looks like they have the main battery on the machine itself. So we'll mess with that in just a moment while I get that figured out. We've got the power adapter to be able to charge off of these USB-A's. And then this power station here, which powers the battery charging hub. So it looks to me, again, complete drone newbie. I know exactly zero outside of what it is that I watched on YouTube. But it's looking to me like this would plug into here. Obviously, we've got the 3 slots to plug all 3 batteries in at the same time. And then it looks like we've got this adapter here that this, I'm suspecting, will plug into. It seems to have the same type of port to where you could charge something off of your USB-Cs. So maybe, like, heck, I don't know, charge up your phone, I guess. Stay charged up, since you do, of course, dock your phone into the controller, which we'll get into next. All right, so quick clarification here. I was incorrect about this power adapter. This power adapter connects to the battery itself to be able to charge just one battery and maybe charge that battery off of something that is powered by the USB A. So if you were to take this and plug this by USB into a power source, then you'd be able to charge up the batteries individually. Or if you've got a DC input, you'd be able to connect this charging bar with, of course, the power plug to be able to charge all 3 of them at the same time instead of individually off of this via USB-A. So just quick clarification there, since I was incorrect on my guesstimation there. All right, so a little bit of time and chat on this controller here. In the accessories box, we have the controller knobs. They're going to screw into these portals, I guess we'll call them, for lack of a better word. So they are threaded, so we'll screw those in there. We have, and I've got to figure out what all of these are, but we can see that there's 3 different settings: cinematic, normal, and sport. In future videos, we'll play around with the visual differences between these 3 modes, as well as some of the different functions that this particular model has. One of those functions is called master shots, where the machine will fly around the subject, take a bunch of photos, and then create photo video collage inside the machine itself. So that's kind of cool, and we'll play around with that a little bit too. But up here is where the phone gets held. This pulls out just like this. Your connection for your phone is right down in here. Let's see if we can zoom in a little bit and get a good look at that. Everything is right here, so you don't have any kind of external cords. The accessory box gives you all of the different connectors for the different types of phones. So whatever phone it is that you have, whether you've got an iPhone or you've got a tablet that you're connecting this to, or you've got an Android, you've got all the different connections there to be able to plug into this slot and connect your phone to it, so that your phone or your tablet is saving as you set it up to do so. This here, if you were holding the controller and not using the tracking feature, you'd be able to take still shots there as you see something that you like, as well as start the recording. All right, so I've updated this to the one that goes with my phone. Got these knobs screwed on. Got an extra set of knobs built in here. Quick view of what the controller looks like when it's set up with a phone. You see that this pulls right out. Phone fits right in there. I don't have it connected, but this would have the cord going into the phone connection there. This here is the entire antenna. So instead of having like the bladed antennas or anything like that, this whole unit is the antenna, and it will give you the signal, so you're not messing around with trying to find the right signal and pointing it in the right direction. So for somebody who is just learning, that is a nice little way to keep that extra simple without having to mess around with a bunch of other things. But I wanted to show you guys just real quick what that looks like. So we've got all the Nice ergonomic handling. Your phone right there, or your tablet, or however it is that's going to work out for you. That's what it looks like, all set up. The next thing we're going to take a look at are the propellers. There are a few different sets of propellers here. So there's 4 spots for the propellers, as you can see in this description here, little diagram. A propellers and B propellers. So clearly the B propeller is for the rear left and the forward right, and the A propellers are for the forward left and rear right. So pairing these things up together, so you have essentially 3 sets of propellers. Then we've got the ND filters. I don't know very much about ND filters. I know just the basics of the fact that they are used to kind of de-intensify, or like we would see on Instagram, those kinds of things, provide different kinds of color shades. Here's a red one, we've got a gray one, we've got one that's a little bit more brown. The word that I'm looking for is escaping me, like sepia. There we go. Sepia, and then like a darker grayish black, it looks like, filter. So we'll play with those in future videos. So here is the drone unit itself. As we can see, it's all compacted. Here's the lens. This does have a 1-inch lens, 20 megapixels. So all of the videos and all of the photos that I've seen from this machine come out pretty great. On the bottom of it, we've got 2 sensors here. This helps the drone to be able to identify if it's coming down on an object, so it can adjust as necessary. We see on the Air 2S, it does not have side sensors. We'll take a look at the other side. Now, the next step up for DJI is, I believe they call it the Maverick. So the Maverick 3 is the newest one that came out, and it does have sensors all over it. This one here has these sensors on the top to be able to tell it if it's moving itself up into something. It has its forward sensors, and it has the sensors on the bottom. But if you're going side to side with this machine, it will not know that you're sidewaysing it into a tree. It would only know to adjust itself above, forward, and down. We'll go ahead and get this opened up. Get these arms spread out and take a look at this. Obviously, you haven't put any of the propellers on at this point. And for anybody who's new to my videos, or anybody who's not, I like to do these kinds of videos as I'm figuring it out, because I like for folks to feel confident in checking things out and doing new things. For me, watching videos with experts is great to be able to get information. But then I feel a little intimidated when I know nothing about something to get into something. So I like to take the opportunity to kind of be figuring this out, unfolding these in real time, so that you know what to expect if you're stepping out on the limb for the very first time, to be able to unbox this and have a little bit of a sense of what it is that you're looking at and what to expect. So this is the battery that came in the machine. It's got the decompression buttons on the side to be able to pull that battery out. Oh, and it looks like we've got it might be a rear sensor. That would be cool. But yeah, it looks like we've got rear sensors as well. So it looks like we've got sensors in the rear, sensors in the front, sensors on the top, of course, and then sensors on the bottom. So literally around the perimeter, except for the sides, of course. Let's go ahead and throw these propellers on. So I oriented the propellers where it is that they're supposed to go and got this first one on just so that I had a little bit more idea as to what it is that I'm doing to show you. You'll see that I set these up to where the picture was matching the machine itself. We've got the DJI logo here at the back of the battery, and the photo image here on the propeller package shows the DJI logo here. So we've got the A and the B, and then the other A and the other B in their rightful spots. I've got the first A put on. So we've got these little protective styrofoams that they have in this place. Just protect this nub and all of the components inside there. Okay, so once you remove this styrofoam disc here, we've got the propeller, and we've got these orange overlaps here with some space. So we've got these little tabs here that are going to go in that void, push it down, it is springed, and then turn it so that those tabs go up underneath that orange tab there. On the front, it looks like we don't have the orange, so it also kind of helps to let us know where the A's and the B's are. So the B does not have orange, the A propellers do have the orange. So now we've got all of the propellers on. They're in the right spots. They're on there nice and secure. Now, I don't know about other folks, but for myself, I will be not throwing away these styrofoam spacers here, as when I go to package this up, take the propellers off, I'll be putting that right back on there, just to make sure that I'm taking as good a care of this machine as I possibly can. Okay guys, so that's it for the DJI Air S2 unboxing video. Hope that you guys learned a little bit, got a little bit excited about this drone. I'm excited to be able to bring you guys some videos and some shoots as we continue on. Now, one thing that I do want to say as far as the drone is concerned is when I was taking a look at operating a drone, the rules that are involved in that, a drone is technically considered aircraft. So I wanted to make sure that I wasn't going to do anything outside of regulation. Now, the FAA does have a recreation exemption to the Part 107 of the aircraft code. Again, still very new, so I might not say everything 100% correctly, but generally speaking, the information is that there's a Part 107 to the aircraft code, and within Part 107, there is an exemption for recreational aircraft. There are 9 qualities that your flying has to be able to meet to be counted as recreational use. Because I bought this drone to be able to do tracking, so I won't be able to guarantee that 100% of the time this aircraft is in my line of sight, because I would have it up above me while I'm driving the Bronco, or backpacking, or a myriad of other activities, and don't have direct line of sight of the aircraft. Because of that, I don't want to put myself in a position of receiving any kind of fines or getting hemmed up for any kind of reason. So I decided, for me and the way that I anticipate using this drone, to get my Part 107 FAA unmanned aircraft pilot's license, essentially, was what I felt safest about doing. So I will be getting that pilot's license. I'm scheduled to take that test here in about 2 weeks. I wanted to make sure that I had some time to be able to review things, take some practice tests, feel good and confident that I wasn't throwing $175 out the window, and probably be able to expand some services that I provide to my community and to other businesses around as I get more comfortable with flying the drone, but also just be able to have the peace of mind of knowing that if anybody calls a police officer and is concerned about what it is that I'm doing or how it is that I'm handling my drone, or the fact that I'm piloting a drone. I have that certification, that license saying that I can do that as long as I'm following all of the other rules that go along with that. So just a heads up for anybody who is interested in getting a drone, make sure that you are looking into the Part 107, the recreation exemptions that go under that. I don't remember the exemption part that those numbers are. It's like 9986, or I don't know, probably just some random numbers that came out of my mind. But in any case, look in, do your research, look into that recreational exemption, make 100% certain that you meet all 9 of those requirements for being considered recreational use, so that you're not getting hemmed up, getting a fine. So that's it for today, everybody. Keep your eyes peeled for some new videos coming out with some of this drone footage. We'll play around with these ND filters, see what we got going on, and see how much of a challenge it is to manage this thing and play around with it. I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited, and I'm looking forward to giving you guys a lot more videos here. You guys take care and keep on adventuring.